All right, so DJ Academics been on crash out mode for a minute. I don't blame him. But Joe Budden basically had jumped in and he had respond. So let's see what he had to say.
YouTube chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
As the Akademiks and Meek Mill beef continues, it's time we get to the bottom of this and find out who really started this beef. Now, I told you guys in the very first video, Meek is really only mad at Akademiks because of Akademiks has a huge platform, and that first clip of him basically saying, yo, Meek is the Philly rapper that also dated Nicki Minaj. When everybody started circulating that clip, that's what really triggered Meek.
Yo, Meek, we were playing around with that Michael Rubin shit, but if you don't, you've been tweeting about you've been tweeting about everything on planet Earth. If you don't get a Twitter rant saying you about to get Lil Rod killed, you about to shoot up his block, blow his mama's house up, this nigga is saying that you and Diddy were fornicating.
Now, most people
Again, bro, with that shit, why all Meek Mill had to do was just be like, yo, that shit is cap. Come on now. And then you could have promoted your album or his EP that was dropping. But all you had to do is just say that shit is cap. All them extra tweets that came before, it's like, bro, come on now. Ironic because on that EP, he got P. Diddy as a feature. So ain't that fucking ironic? Ironic as hell.
Seem to understand why Akademiks did it. It's his job. He goes on stream to break down these documents, and obviously he's gonna try to make it funny, throw a little bit of sauce on it, but unfortunately for Ak, that always comes at a risk because you're clowning somebody. Despite Meek and Akademiks having the truce after 21 Savage got them both on the phone, Ak would still take small shots on the stream anytime Meek was mentioned. Now today on the Joe Budden podcast, episode 704, despite his relationship with Akademiks, Joe seems to be sympathizing with Meek, putting most of the responsibility on Ak, asking him, well, why didn't you also clown Usher the same way you clown Meek? Here's what Joe said about the Meek and Akademiks beef.
Ak is the one that highlighted the redacted part of the case. And then he went on stream and he spoke about it. And then Meek saw it and replied, and then they just replied for 2 days. He snitched on Ak and said, hey, this guy's responsible for the Black death in my community and so many of my friends losing their life. And then Ak said, you a snitch. Come see me, I'm gonna beat you the fuck up. I don't think you can fight. And then Meek was like, soon as I get off this road, I'm at your podcast, circling the block.
Pissing on the steps, all types of shit.
And then Ak said, nigga, you willing to crash out over this? And then Meek said, I'm willing to die about it. For Meek to be a street rapper, for Meek to, talk the shit he talks from Philly, for him to be big on jail reform and all that, I could see how that being on his jacket is muddy, so he got to clear that up. Y'all do not know that is the only rapper from Philly that Nicki Minaj has dated. Nobody knows that.
Ak don't either.
I know, so for him to put that on Meek.
I'm just saying, nigga, everybody read it. It's on the same page. It ain't like.
Why is nobody getting mad at the person that made the lawsuit, though? The Little Rob nigga, why is nobody saying nothing about that nigga? I don't know if the lawsuit is fake. I don't know if it's a clout move because Little Rob was mad because P. Diddy had took his publishing because he was working on P. Diddy's project. Who knows? But all Meek had to do was say that shit is cap. That shit is not true. That nigga mad just because he ain't get his publishing check from P. Diddy. So he trying, you know what I'm saying? He clout chasing. That's all he had to do. And who knows if this Lil Rob nigga is clout chasing. But my thing is, niggas is mad at Akademiks, but niggas is mad at the nigga who made the fucking lawsuit. That's crazy.
You had to go think about it. It had that redacted part, and then right there at the bottom on the same page, it had the quote unquote the footnotes to it.
We can't take away
but the
powerful.
paper don't say Meek.
No,
because it cannot say Meek.
Correct.
Yes.
So you could do all the inferring that you want to do. That
which
paper,
everyone did,
which is fine for everyone. But Meek is saying this nigga is a voice in our culture.
Yeah, there you go.
So for him to now just be irresponsible and report.
Well, no, this is where I disagree with Joe Budden because on Clubhouse, On Clubhouse, Meek Mill said that Akademiks, you nothing. I got bitches that got more followers than you. So which one is it? Is he a big stamp in our culture, or is he somebody we should even pay attention to? I don't know.
Port, I'm on some gay shit is foul. And I did understand that.
I get that
the
part.
rest of the people could say, hey, they talking about Meek. They could do that. But the people that are strong and prominent voices, and we some of us are held to a different standard. And they hold Act to that standard.
His voice is powerful.
It is.
So when you say something like that, you know.
And then don't skip the Usher line right underneath, nigga, if you gonna do it.
That was
do it.
Oh, Usher was in the document too? Oh, okay. Okay, I could. Okay. I'm just trying to be fair. Okay, if Usher name was in the lawsuit too, and you just talked about Meek and you left Usher out. Okay, all right. Okay. Joe Budden just telling Akademiks to keep the same energy. Okay. I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But again, why aren't you mad at the nigga who made the lawsuit?
Now, in case any of you guys were wondering, yes, this Meek and Akademiks beef is still going. Ak woke up super early today to clown Meek's first week numbers. He said, them first day numbers looked abysmal. Wait till I
Nah. This is where I defend Meek. That EP, come on, but that shit was 5 songs. Do you expect 5 songs to do like 100,000 first week or 90K first week? It was 5 songs off that Meek Mill project. I heard some of the project. It was not my cup of tea, but it was an EP. Come on, Ak. I know you don't like the nigga, but come on, bro. Do you expect him to sell big numbers off of 5 songs off of an EP?
report the weekly sales. I might be a hater. Nigga, I woke up at 6 a.m. to check if all that trolling and killer
6 a.m. is crazy.
energy beefing Meek was doing translated to streams. I'm here to report it didn't. Tweets went platinum. Music finna go triple styrofoam. But I won't call it too early. Let's see. You can't threaten to come to my house like you a killer, and now I gotta be nice about your trash music. After all that trolling and bunny hopping, Killer Energy by Meek Mill, his EP did a grand total of 368k streams first day on Spotify. It's roughly 3,500 streams, which equals one album. That's a grand total of 105 albums sold via streaming on Spotify day one. Impressive. Now, obviously, these numbers are very skewed and biased. Only reporting just one day so far, and only reporting it from just one streaming platform. Obviously, the numbers are gonna look like that. So, there you guys go.
But it's 5 songs on it. The album is 15 fucking minutes. I guess none of that shit don't matter when you don't like a nigga. When you don't like a nigga, that shit goes way out of the fucking window. But it's only 5 songs.
There is no end in sight for this Meek and Akademiks beef. Ak also mentioned on the stream that he does not want any OGs calling him to squash this beef with Meek. He pointed out that Elliot Wilson tried to call him to get into his head to stop beefing, but he does not want to listen. So what you guys think about what Joe said about Ak and Meek beef?
I get why Akademiks doesn't want to squash. The man said he was gonna come to my crib and film a music video and piss on my property. I wouldn't squash shit either. I'm not mad at Akademiks for that. All right, let's see what. Okay, so this video, Akademiks, I guess Akademiks had crashed out on Joe Budden for defending Meek. Let's see what's going on.
Chicks.
Let me skip this part.
Gone too far. DJ Akademiks is tired of people siding with anyone going at him, especially when there's threats of killing involved. Now, if you guys did not watch the video this morning, make sure you guys go check it out. Joe Budden spoke on DJ Akademiks and Meek Mill beefing today on the podcast. Joe pretty much puts the blame on Akademiks, saying that he was the one that highlighted Meek Mill's name on the lawsuit, pretty much alluding that Akademiks crossed the line when he actually pointed out Meek. And also, he does acknowledge that Ak is one of the big voices in hip-hop. Now, I also told you guys in the last video, Akademiks does not want any OGs in the game to try to reach out to him to solve this beef. He feels like everybody is pretty much ignoring the fact that Meek threatened to kill him, and they're only blaming him for what he said about Meek. Well, Ak was not a fan of Joe's response to him beefing with Meek Mill. Here's what he said in response back to Joe.
Yeah, Joe is talking about the issues. Joe, I will say this to you and all of your co-workers. I hate the fact that you guys are always in Meek Mill defense mode, and you're acting like most of these things aren't brought upon him by himself. You know, I worked at Everyday Struggle with Joe, and I've heard him made so many points and so many valiant and salient points where it's like, yo, here's the thing. When you're talking about young kids that come from a certain neighborhood and they've never been in certain places and opportunities, and maybe they're crashing out because they want the idea of gaining attention. Like for once, like Joe made a point one time, it's like, hey, listen, well, you have a platform. If you're giving platforms to these guys who the only way they know how to get a platform is by doing all this stuff, it's going to encourage them a little bit. And yes, they should know better, but they're kids. And I completely understand that. I've definitely, even understood that in the war in Chirac. Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to treat Meek Mill like he's a sped. Meek Mill is a grown-ass man. He's 45 at this point.
Meek not 45. Meek 45? Nah, he not 45. Meek gotta be like in his mid-30s. That nigga don't look no fucking 45.
Like, when I hear from people that's cool with his team that says he doesn't understand the internet, are we supposed to treat this man like he's retarded?
I mean, you did say that he was the most retarded nigga in the game. Meek do be on some bullshit, though. Meek be on some bullshit sometimes. But I don't know any of these niggas, so I'm just giving my opinion. But Meek be on some dumb shit sometimes, bro.
Like, what are we doing? Let's get back to the actual facts, because nobody wants to talk about that. Everyone's evading it. This all started by a lawsuit that's filed against one of his associates. Joe, let me put this in perspective to you. If you, who have been signed to Revolt, have been cool with Diddy, we've seen you at his place of residence, I know you're an up and up guy. You're my guy, right? I felt I could vouch for you. But let's say some random lawsuit came out from Joe Schmo, whoever, and they said that your name was mentioned by Diddy, or you were around in something of the sort. That might be bullshit. I'm not sitting here saying it's true. I'm not going to stamp it that it's true. But in an allegation, we might just read through it. That's what we were doing with the Meek Mill thing. We're reading through it. By the way, here's...
Nah, you clowned him a little bit. You clowned him just a little bit. You throw your little jokes here and there. I get it, but you clowned him a little bit.
Also, the craziest part about it, Meek Mill mentioned in a lawsuit that alleged about 50 different crimes. 50 different crimes, including crimes that carry life sentences if they were proven in court. The only thing said about Meek Mill was that the guy heard from Diddy that Meek Mill might have had sex with the guy. With all due respect, this is why I know that homophobia is just really still very prevalent in this whole shit. Because you're telling me the nigga's not even accused of a crime. He's not even accused of anything that could jeopardize his freedom, nothing of the sort. They're just saying that one guy on hearsay heard that another guy might have had sex with another guy, and this is crash out timing? Let's be very clear. At this point, Meek Mill's career does not hang in the balance of is he straight or is he not. He's not making good music, and this is why the facetious part of us saying, oh no, we're going to acknowledge, right? We're going to acknowledge his fragile male ego and him threatening me, doing whatever or saying whatever, it's fine. Now, let me put this back in the perspective of everybody who's even saying that or agreeing with it, whether it's Joe Budden, whether it's his co-host, whether it's anyone in the culture. Remember when that bitch-ass Batiman Saucy Santana...
Akademiks is cooking. I think I know where he going with this. When that nigga Saucy Santana was like, I'm gonna knock you out and take your booty, I ain't see nobody defend Akademiks at all. And the reason why nobody defended Akademiks is because nobody really likes Akademiks. For whatever reason, I don't know. The whole narrative that Akademiks he only goes at women, that shit is so corny. I've seen Akademiks go at plenty of male rappers. But when Saucy Santana said that he was going to knock that nigga out and take his butthole, none of y'all niggas was defending Akademiks. Saucy Santana turned into a 300-pound booty warrior, and nobody had Akademiks back at all.
Talked about me. I'm a Jamaican man, very proud. Y'all know I ain't with none of that gay shit. This guy wants to mention me in a way that's just unethical and immoral to me, period. Why did none of y'all even stand up for me?
Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point.
Everybody thought it was jokes. So if y'all thought all that shit with Saucy Santana with me was jokes, and I got it. Some of y'all would think it joke. It wasn't funny to me at all. I never thought it was funny.
I don't think Joe Budden laughed at Akademiks though. Did he? I don't even think did he say anything about that situation? I don't remember. I don't recall him saying anything.
I never thought that shit was funny. But y'all don't have the same respect for me like you have for Meek. Meek is a fucking regular human that eat, bleed, sleep, shit, and whatever you might think. So they had a joke or whatever about him being gay. It's a fucking joke. Let's not, we gotta protect him. We're protecting him and calling him like he's a baby. He could either laugh at the joke or he could just say, fuck y'all niggas, and just say it ain't true. Now
that's all he had to really say. All he had to say was that shit was cap. Y'all niggas need to stop believing everything. That shit is cap. My EP coming out soon. Boom. That's it.
Everybody's like, they're enabling him by saying, no, you're down. We are with you because you should have this reaction to something that a nigga didn't make up. I never made it up. I didn't make that up. Why is everybody treating Meek Mill? Meek Mill is the big retarded kid. He's goddamn 45 and
this nigga, man.
Damn 9th grade. Be a man. Everybody has rumors about them. They said I was gay with 6ix9ine. I cooked the person who said I was gay. Man, I said, Jay, bring your stupid whore ass here. Let me cook your ass. After that, did you see me like, let me keep showing y'all I'm not gay? If y'all believe it afterwards, fuck you. Why does Meek Mill, a 45-year-old man, gets to act like a fucking petulant child, gets to then threaten to kill other people, and gets to act gangster wild? Is it because he's from Philadelphia? Is that the case?
It's because they don't like you. Well, I'm pretty sure Joe and Akademiks is pretty cool. They pretty tight. If it was going to be like this, Joe Budden should have just been like, you know what, I'm going to stay out of it and let them two deal with their situation. Because he has done that shit before. He said, I'm not going to give this shit no light. I'm not going to give this shit no energy. I'm going to let them two men do their own thing, handle it how they handle it, and fall back. But the main reason why some people are giving Meek grace and they're not giving Akademiks grace is because niggas don't like Akademiks for whatever reason. I don't mind Akademiks. He does some shit that I agree with, and he does some shit that I don't agree with. But let's keep it a rack. Akademiks, a lot of people don't like him for whatever reason.
Is it because he been talking the trenches? Or because y'all just fucking scared of the nigga? Because what everybody should be saying to him is, Meek, get a hold of internet fucking culture. Joe, you came out and said you were bisexual. I know you not to be that. But you said that because you wanted to, like, that was a smart move to, okay, y'all can't accuse me of being homophobic. Did any of the blowback or whatever that came from that, did that warrant you to do what Meek Mill is doing now? You realize that he's trending not because of the rumor, it's because of his response. Is nobody speaking about that? Is nobody speaking about a guy who primarily these days, you're not selling physical copies of your music. You're in the music industry, ran in a digital world, and you still don't understand the internet? Why are we saving this stupid nigga?
Oh my God.
He's not that smart. If we're in an industry where the cream rises to the top and the dummies should get, if you believe in Darwin's law, a nigga like Meek Mill, he should be irrelevant. You're too stupid to exist. Why are we calling him? Oh no, I could see why Meek Mill. What do you think, somebody born in Philly is just made different? You seem like a beta male if you think that. Oh, no, Meek was born in the trenches, so you can't say that about him. That's like me saying, I'm Jamaican, you better never call me gay. Y'all call me gay anytime y'all want. So what's the fuck is different than Meek? It was a joke, or people joked about it after someone made the allegation. Who made the allegation? Was it Ak? No, it was not.
I agree with him on that. They spent way too much time attacking Ak for putting that out there when they wasn't getting mad at the person who made the allegation.
Why is a grown man constantly being coddled by y'all? He's grown. At this point, you should tell him you're stupid. Meek, they're going to say you have AIDS. They're going to say you killed somebody. They're going to say the worst things about you. I know this. And I've never hit the heights of popularity as this nigga. Why are we over here trying to make him feel okay? Why is he having to tweet out wellness checks? I'm okay, guy. I'm straight. Even though, don't use the word straight. It could be a... That is the point. That is the point.
It could be because maybe Meek and Diddy still cool, and maybe if Joe Budden speak out against Meek, that could fuck up his relationship with Diddy. The platform that he is what is it? Is the Joe Budden network under revolt? I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure Meek and P Diddy are cool. What you think? P Diddy ain't seeing all this shit unfold. So if Joe Budden speaks out about Meek, it could fuck up his potential business with P Diddy. Because when the P Diddy allegations came out, Joe Budden didn't want to even touch it with a 10-foot pole. Everybody else got allegations. Joe Budden is speaking. When Diddy had them allegations, Joe Budden fell the fuck back. It's the industry.
Now, obviously, as you guys just heard, a lot of Axe frustration comes from him basically saying, yo, people get their jokes off on me. I take it in stride because I know how this internet works. I'm not gonna get butthurt and cry like Meek just did. So if I can take jokes, Meek should be able to take jokes as well. Let's all stop treating Meek Mill like a child. He's not a baby. He's a full-grown man that knows exactly what he's doing. Now, maybe we're all getting trolled by Meek, but if you watch his Twitter, we all know Meek does not understand internet culture. And if we're being honest, there's some people...
So get the fuck off the internet. Let somebody else control your internet handle or your Twitter handle.
It's not going to play about their manhood. But this all goes back to me saying, yo, somebody please get Meek Mill off of Twitter. It looks like for as long as Meek has been on the internet, I don't think he's ever going to adapt to internet humor. You guys get in the comments below to what you guys think about what Axe said back to Joe. You guys think he was justified in what he said? Stop treating Meek Mill like a baby. He's a grown-ass man. Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
Hey, guys.
It's a dope video. Alright, well, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Who you got in this situation? Joe Budden, Meek, or DJ Akademiks? Leave a like if you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, I'm out.